So yesterday was a good potluck. It was fun to see everyone engage in the festivities with the costumes and things like that. It was cool to look at those pictures. So we're going to push more of those to Facebook. Is everyone cool with that? Because I think showing our culture is pretty amazing. Right, when I had a recruit through and they saw it, they're like, who put this together? This is like fun and the energy, right? So I wanted to high five every one of you. High five. Thank you for being fun and enjoying life, because I think when we bring people through, they feel that stuff, and it's pretty amazing. So it gives me goosebumps. If I shaved my head, I would look a little bit younger maybe. And shave my beard, but you'd see maybe some goosebumps. But it gets me excited because the culture that we're talking about, we really don't even talk about it, right? So a lot of people are using buzzwords out there about culture. I think it's really just about being around good people that want to help each other. I know we have highs and lows and seasons, and we don't always know where everyone's at a certain time, but I think knowing that we have each other's backs is very powerful, and it helps us get through the journey of life. It's a fun journey. We've got to realize that on every journey that we're on, there's going to be some good times, some bad times, some crazy times, some amazing times, some really sad times, and it's those times when we're at our lowest that we need to reach around and lift people up. So I just think we have a good group of people that are touching each other. So one of the things that I want to encourage is us to try to touch each other outside our departments, right? There was cool costumes that were won through different departments, but I think too, getting to know other people, I think it's fun to understand other people's stories and finding out how you can help them. And sometimes when they hear your story, they'll have the ability to help you because they've been on that journey before in life. So a lot of that, Coach helps me with on a daily basis. Papa helps me, DT. So I have people that I'm touching that help me on journeys. And I think for us, it's just really the impact that we have on each other makes it fun to get up every day. So I think one of the things we're focusing on is narrow our focus, understand what we're doing. We have the managers meeting coming up. That's going to be here housed in the office. I changed that. So Veronica, I don't see you, but I love you, Veronica, because I always change everything last minute on her. So I high five Veronica, love you. She's amazing. And I know I did that to Karen too, so thank you for always dealing with me and all the managers and all you people, because I'm like the Tasmanian devil, and I come up with a great idea and we're like, oh, we're going that way? No, let's go that way. So, but I think that's part of our culture and we need to embrace that. But we're going to have the managers here. We took it away from Talking Stick. We're going to have it on the north end of the building. They're going to be here on Friday, which is Veterans Day. So anybody who knows a veteran, high five them. But we're going to have stations set up throughout the area so all the managers can come by and see you guys. So we'd like everyone to come into the office that day so we have good energy. We're going to have a nice happy hour afterwards. It starts, what time, Karen? Or 4:30 or 5? So we'll have beverages and snacks and things like that. And it should be a really exciting time for everyone. Let's see, what else was I supposed to touch on, Karen?
I think that was it for you. Suggs is up. I think you talked about her then.
Okay, and we have Mr. Suggs. Does anyone have any questions for me while you have me? Like someone fire a question?
Did
Like
you have any trick-or-treaters?
You know what? I avoided that. So I went and watched the baseball game, and I ran into Andy Tamuti, and he was cheering for the Astros. So I like the Astros because they've never won, right? So LA's won a lot of championships or World Series, so we were, became cheering, and it was, our waitress was from Houston, so it was kind of nice, but no, I didn't. Other questions?
Are you going to start drinking butter in your coffee?
I would start drinking butter, but I kind of like donuts. I should start drinking butter.
I'll keep asking.
Yeah. I don't want to
see
get
more or less haircuts in 2018.
more or less haircuts. I think I'm going to go with I'm gonna go a window of 6 months, no haircuts. It's, when you have long hair, you get more gel. So sometimes people think I have a haircut, and I just gel her down. Like if we have a new recruit, I don't want to look like a hippie, and I'm like, hey. And they're like, no, we saw Facebook, you have a mullet. And I'm like, okay. So you can't hide from who you are, right? So it's out there.
How many loans we do in October?
October, we did 518 loans for a little over 144 million, or 140 million. Reverse broke their record. What did we do, 20? 22. That's huge. They're on fire because of some regulatory changes with the reverse mortgages. I know that was our record for 2017 in closed units. We kind of keep getting these waves and we think they're going to get bigger and then they suck back. So the loans out there are not easy. So hats off to everyone, taking the time to put those together and getting people into those homes or refinancing them. So it's pretty amazing what we get to do for people every day. You got to enjoy it because we're making a big impact on people's lives, and it's exciting. So,
who's going to participate in No Shave November?
Already started.
Right. Couple of ladies in the shave ball. Alan,
I already started.
Alan's got a good jump start.
Yeah, what's the rule on that? Do we have to shave today when we get home and then start over?
No, you just don't shave.
Oh, I thought it had to be even. So or you have to take a selfie.
It's not a race. You don't have to compete.
Oh, you're not? I'm very competitive.
Oh, so competitive.
Yeah. Well, some people grow like, is it Pavle that grows fast? Or who was the one dude that would grow like a beard? Brad. Where's Brad? Werewolf.
Other. Just confirming the happy hour is, Veronica said, 5 to 5:30. And they need to fill out a link so that we can know how many people are coming for food and alcoholic beverages.
Can we resend the link?
I'll resend it.
Yeah.
Send it out, but I'll resend it.
Okay. Any other questions?
What's the key to success?
That's to narrow your focus on what you love to do, right? So if you're in a job and you don't like your job here, you should raise your hand and get with your leadership and say, hey, look, I'm not happy doing what I'm doing. I would like to try something else, right? So if you can narrow your focus on something you like, I think that's the key to success. When you look at Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, one of the #1 things, they sat in a room together and they were sitting there and someone asked them, hey, what was your #1 key to success? And they took out a piece of paper, they wrote one word down, and what do you think the word was?
Focus.
Yep, focus. So whatever you focus on, whether it's negativity, right? If you're around negative people, you'll become negative, right? So if you want to focus on whatever you focus on, it'll happen. So if you want to focus on being successful, if we want to focus on, people said we couldn't make this happen in 5 months, remodel this whole thing, right? We took the pressure and we narrowed our focus and we made it happen, right? So when people hear how quick we did this building, they said there's no way you'll do it. You'll never move on time, right? Karen did an amazing job. The group focused and we got it done. So I believe that the key to success is narrowing your focus and finding out what your why is and what inspires you to get out of bed and want to come here every day. Because no matter what we do in life, it's a game, right? So the game of life is you have to have money to play the game, or you can go live off the grid. I have a friend that lives off the grid. Guess what? He's back. It's very hard. It's very hard. And he's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Papa, you know what I'm talking about, right? So this guy's amazing. He's created batteries that, now Mr. Josh Peacock's house is not hooked up to SRP. These batteries run his electricity, right? So, but he focused on living off the grid. He found out that was great. He could do it. And I think a lot of that is just proving it to himself. But then he came back and he likes the human interaction and things like that. So I think whatever you want to be in life, personally, I think use this vehicle of a workspace to get to where you want to go in life and enjoy it. So the journey is about high-five and headbutting people. and, you know, whatever else you want to do. But it's exciting, so thankful for each and every one of you guys, but that's the key, I think.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. What else we have? Colleen, you have anything? That woman right back there got me in the business. I used to like work for her, so I owe everything to Colleen. Thank you. What else we got, Mr. Suggs? You want to roll?
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
You're going to inspire us with the Heart Advocates?
Yeah, well, you've already segued great into here, and then I was asking the question, secret of success. But one of the secrets of your success and VIP success that you talked about right at the beginning was about relationships. Building relationships is huge to success.
Yeah.
Narrow your focus, have those relationships to help build you. And I know there's actually a lot of new people here that don't even know what Heart Advocates is. And so I'm here to tell you about Heart Advocates, a unique program at VIP to help you build relationships. We're getting ready to kick off the next go-round, and I want to give you a few highlights about what is Heart Advocates, how it's going to help you. So real quick, Heart Advocates are groups of 4 people that we put you with. We try to put you with people that you don't know to build relationships throughout the company so that it'll help VIP and help you. The idea is that we think VIP will become better, will do things faster, better than we ever could before by you getting to know people. Now, at the very first thing Jay said is after the Halloween costume, they get to know other people, right? Learn those people. And so what we do is we kind of put you together. We ask you to meet with your group. You're going to get a Heart Advocate group. There's 3 other people plus you, so 4 people. We ask you to meet once a month for 30 minutes for 4 months. So it's a 30-minute commitment for 4 months. And it's simply designed to get to know these folks. We give you business topics to talk about, some personal things to talk about, but it really can help along in the business to get to know these people. Now, what I need from you guys is, we recently ran one for 6 months. We're cutting it down to 4 months. I thought that was a little bit long. So the new one's coming out here in the next couple of weeks. Some of you are going to be facilitators. Facilitating is a key part of this program. So some of you may be getting an email today, tomorrow, saying you're a facilitator of a group. All of you facilitating will be called as well from either myself, actually it'll probably be Jason Randolph. And again, just inviting you to be a facilitator, asking for your assistance to be a facilitator, telling you what that really means. But really just means getting with your group once a month for 30 minutes. That's what Heart Advocates is about. We will deliver to them topics of relevance for the business to go through. So you won't be left like, what do we talk about? It'll be get to know each other. Let's talk about the business. Let's build relationships to help each other. I will use one person as an example that I didn't ask beforehand, but I want to give you a short little story about Stephanie in the disclosure desk who's sitting over there and is now going to give me an evil eye. But she was put in a group these last 6 months with Jeff Hamlet from the Rain Tree branch. And I asked Jeff one day, I says, Jeff, give me some feedback on here. And he says, John, he says, it was great. He said, our group actually lost, they had 4 people. 2 people left the company during their time period. And it was just him and Stephanie. And he never knew Stephanie before. And throughout the process, they really built their relationship. He started inviting Stephanie over to their branch, use disclosure desk to train the branch, to talk to them about things. He invited her, he went on this, went to their golf outing. She really became part of the team. There were loan problems that they would have. He now felt like, oh, I got somebody I can call. He'd call Stephanie. Stephanie could call him. Jeff, you got a problem. And really have that tough conversation. And it created that bond, that relationship, that while it helped them, it helped VIP as well. So that's what this thing is about. And so I really invite you to utilize this thing to branch out. Quick timeline again. If you're a facilitator, you'll be contacted over the next week. Facilitators will have a phone call on the 17th, which is in like 2 weeks. So that'll happen. But the week of the 20th, most all of you will all get contacted by your facilitator to set up your call. Only thing I ask is when you get called, understand that facilitator is just to try to get a meeting together. Help them out, be inviting, right? Whatever it takes to work with that facilitator, help that person out, and have fun with your group. That's all I got. Any questions on heart advocates? Make sense? Thanks for your time, Jay. Appreciate it.
Sure, you have anything? Anybody want to say anything? Al, you got anything?
No.
Awesome. Well, you guys have a great day. Appreciate all your hard work and keep having fun, right? And enjoy life. It's a short journey we're on. And just remember to take care of each other. And those people that are on those islands, right? Are they on an island? They're not on an island if we're connected with them. And that's really the big goal, is to have that relationship and connect with those people. So we can make a bigger impact by touching these people and helping them understand that we're here to help them. So without all those people out there running through brick walls, right, we wouldn't have the opportunity to have these jobs here, right? Remember that. Run through the brick walls with them. When they get frustrated, our job is to stay calm in the storm and push through something and help them find the door, right? Sometimes when you're in the heat of battle, right, you can't see anything, and stage right is right, the exit's right next to you, right? So a lot of times when we come in, we're going to be able to see things a lot clearer, and they won't be able to see things as clear as we can see them. So when you run into those situations, you know, don't let their intensity make you intense. Remember to wear your fighter hat and let them, a lot of times they're just talking, right? And you're a vent point for them to get through a situation. So don't take that stuff personally. If you start taking that stuff personally, raise your hand so we can, you know, coach those people coming through the system that, hey, there's a better way to do that. That's the management job here, is to make sure we coach people back up and through the system so we treat people correctly. Sometimes we aren't getting treated correctly because the pressure gets really heavy when you have made a mistake or something's not happening and you're impacting somebody's life, and that story becomes really big, that they're not going to be able to move in their house, or that refinance for whatever they were going to do to remodel their house, and they've got to pay a contractor. There's always going to be a story to it, and it's going to be a lot bigger in their world. So when it comes across your plate, just don't take that stuff personally and try to calm them down and give them, you know, the benefit of, you know, that situation or whatever they're dealing with. Just try to stay calm and get them through the situation. So I think the heart advocates will help us connect one-to-one connections, right, to where you can have those relationships that will bridge gaps in those opportunities. So we're all leaders here. There's not just one leader, right? To me, we all have an impact in how the company runs, and we all have an impact on what the culture and how we defend the culture. So if people are treating us incorrectly, we need to raise our hands. We have use that as an opportunity to get better, right? So don't allow someone to keep doing something that we know is incorrect. So we appreciate everything, and try to stay away from the cold brew. That might have been one of the worst things I've ever done with a new building. If anybody feels like they need help getting off cold brew, raise your hand.
I already went through my withdrawal.
Did you? Okay. So here's what's funny about cold brew. If you go back to your desk and Google it, right? It's a bigger epidemic than I realized. No, seriously, this is weird because like the cold brew, like it is amazing, right? So Pop and I tried it one time at like 2 o'clock. I was still here at work at 1:30. My wife was like, I'm having a FaceTime. No, I'm here, look. Right? So, right? I mean, that stuff is crazy. So be careful and try to do everything in moderation. But I'm glad, I don't know. I think that we can owe that one to Travis Metz with Metz and Associates. I went there one day for tax preparation. He goes, why don't you have one of these? And I'm like, okay, and I drank it. And then I'm like, he didn't talk the whole time. I'm like, which is normal for me, but then I decided this would be great for our group. Well, so I apologize, but be careful with that stuff. But thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
How did it go?